And how pissed off are the Gulf states going to be with this? Because, I mean, there's kind of a deal, isn't there, with the Gulf states and especially the Americans, which is the Americans get to keep, their military bases on their territory. I suppose until America became the net exporter of oil, America would buy their oil. And in return, America was supposed to guarantee their security. But now the Americans have started a war which they're bearing the brunt of. There aren't bombs falling in the United States of America. The bombs are falling in Qatar or Bahrain. So for them, is this a betrayal?
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, I've been reading some of the reporting over the last few days. You're not going to get, I suppose, sort of outright forcible statements against Trump and against Netanyahu in the same way as you've had from, say, Pedro Sanchez, the Spanish Prime Minister. But from what I'm reading in the reporting, you're getting lots of a sense that Gulf officials are briefing aggressively to journalists that they don't like this. And you can well understand why. I mean, the way you put it, the deal was that the Americans, provide a security umbrella to these Gulf states. The security umbrella is external and internal. And one of the reasons the Gulf states have been doing all this quote-unquote modernisation, which is a problematic term, but we'll leave that to one side. The reason they've been trying to change their economies, diversify their economies, is to help the regime stay in power, keep the public happy, diversify the economy, liberalise socially, if not politically, to keep the people happy and help the regime stay in power. Now, this is doing enormous damage to the Gulf's viability in terms of the economic model they've been trying to develop over the last 10, 15 years, becoming global hubs, becoming more interconnected, attracting tourism, stuff like that. The Americans have undermined that. The Americans have undermined the Gulf monarchs' economic survival strategy just as much as they've undermined their external security by starting this war. You could argue pretty convincingly that, yeah, of course, it's the Iranians who are attacking the Gulf states, but the Iranians are attacking them as a predictable consequence of this American and Israeli act of aggression.